If other girls dream of Paris, I dream of Italy. I don't know what it is with Italy, but it has that magnetic charm that pulls me. I have always been drawn to movies and books that are set in Italy. I kept imagining myself walking at those sun-drenched, quaint streets, breathing in the history of the city, listening to Italians speak their language passionately, sitting at piazzas, eating my third serving of gelato, ordering my espresso shot on a lazy afternoon, and watching people smoke their cigars as if it is the most poetic thing to do. So here I am, finally in Italy, traveling with a good old friend who lives halfway across the globe from me. We spent our first few days exploring Florence's museos and basilicas, experiencing the rich history of Renaissance, getting up close to Michelangelo's David, witnessing Leonardo da Vinci's paintings, climbing up Brunelleschi's Duomo and Giotto's Campanile, going up to Piazzale Michelangelo and getting a good panoramic view of the city, attending an Italian Mass in a small quiet church up a beautiful hill, and then eating our way through the city, obsessing over porchetta that makes me want to forget everything about my diet, discovering different kinds of cheeses, and drinking copious amounts of wine. We were always dead tired by the end of the day with blistering feet, but with happy hearts. One cannot really leave Italy without taking those touristy photos of Italy's popular landmarks such as the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Pisa is just 1 hour away from Florence, so we joined the crowd, climbed the tower, and took awkward photos. Our remaining days in Italy were spent breathing in the cold, salty air of Italian Riviera, hiking up and down the villages of Cinque Terre, getting lost in hidden alleyways, taking photos of somebody else's beautiful front doors and hanging laundries, had the freshest seafood every meal. And this particular anchovies, oh my god, this anchovies totally changed my perspective about anchovies. We spent an afternoon watching a beautiful sunset while having aperitivo in the village of Cornelia. We watched other people brave the cold waters in the beautiful beaches of Monte Rosso. We had the most delicious gelato in Vernazza that I couldn't take a video of because it melts pretty quickly. We spent an hour climbing up the trails of Manarola, only to find out that the best view is actually down the harbor. We took our time exploring the village of Rio Maggiore and took endless photos. We debated whether to hike the trail between Vernazza and Monte Rosso, but eventually decided to go back down because a 2-hour hike will turn into 5 hours with my slow pace. The trails of Cinque Terre is one of the best hikes in the world according to Condé Nast Traveler, because it offers the most scenic cliffside views of the villages. If we weren't pressed for time, we would have probably done it. As if I haven't had enough, I went and explored a quiet and underrated village called Porto Venere on my own. It was outside of Cinque Terre. I got to the village pretty early. I climbed up on a castle overlooking this beautiful church on a cliff. Porto Venere has its own unique charm. The rugged cliffs are so beautiful, and I had it all to myself without a crowd. But what really made me love Italy are the people. Italians are just warm and friendly and very accommodating. They treat you like a family. It's endearing and heartwarming. And they're very passionate. They love their history and they worship food. From our Airbnb host in Florence, who spent hours educating us about history, to the warm and funny people who hosted the most fun cooking class I've ever had, to the kind shop owners, accommodating restaurant waiters, and random helpful people whom we've asked directions from. Thank you for making it hard for me to leave Italy. Little acts of kindness make my experience more meaningful. It's what matters most to me. So, I don't know how I can never move on from Italia. I am so smitten. I guess I'll just have to move to Italy one day.